Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
What's up, everybody? We are live. This is Tasmanian Dutchie here. Figured I'd do a little something. This is my Halloween costume coming up this Halloween. It came today, so and TAZ-MANIA is one of the shows up tonight, so I figured why not wear it? Besides the fact that I might look like an idiot. But anyway, and the fact that this mouthpiece thing here keeps trying to shove my mustache into my mouth. But all right, so this is the Animated Hour of Power. This is the episode number 7. We are here for the Animated Anarchy series. I, of course, am your host. Tonight, I am the Tasmanian Dutchie. So
I think you did a great impression.
Thank you. So, of course, joined as always by Money E.
What's up?
Sean is with us.
Hello.
And, of course, our wild card, Dave.
Let's get it.
All right. Tonight's matches are obviously TAZ-MANIA versus ROCKOS Modern Life. I probably should have shaved before I put this thing on. TRIGUN versus Street Sharks. The Spectacular New Adventures of Casper the Friendly Ghost versus the 7 Deadly Sins. And the main event is Rocky and Bullwinkle versus Pinky and the Brain. So, all right. Just so everybody keeps track of what goes on here, we have 5 categories that we're going to draw from the randomizer. Those will be the 5 categories for the show. The 2 cartoons will battle. These guys will say what they like better in each category. A 3-0 win gets a show 30 points. 3-1 is 20 points. 3-2 is 10, and the loser gets 5. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. So, all right. So without any further ado, I am probably going to take this head off in probably about like 10 minutes because this is starting to bother me. But all right. Go ahead. We'll share the screen. All right. Can everybody see the screen?
Yep, I can see it.
All right, very good. All right, and here we go. I'm going to hit it just once. And all right. So we get theme song, humor, merch or merchandise, the fan base, and memorable moments. So, Dave, what do you think about that?
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Merchandise is kind of a tough one because it's hard to get exact merch sales on everything.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but I don't mind it at all.
Okay. Sean, what do you think?
I like it.
All right.
I feel like it
probably
gives
the same way with the merch, honestly. But
Yeah, the merch it's going to be tough, especially for this set of matchups.
Yeah.
good thing it's. Oh yeah, that one's going to be a very deciding factor in number 3.
What is
Merch.
Oh, for
Gonna,
Casper versus 7 Deadly Sins?
for any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of them, especially the first one.
Yeah.
And the last one.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. start off with Rocco's Modern Life versus TAZ-MANIA. Rocco's Modern Life is in the division of Pat Skelly. TAZ-MANIA is in the division of Tim Friel. And even though I am dressed like him, this isn't necessarily who I'm rooting for. I am impartial. This is just a Halloween costume. And I figured, I just masked the fact that I'm not wearing pants. So, all right. So here we go. So theme song is the first category for this matchup. TAZ-MANIA has words. Rocko's Modern Life kind of does, but not really. They both kind of have, in my opinion, really good beats.
Yeah.
Plus, I do feel like that, 90s theme songs kind of took a little bit of a downturn from 80s songs. But Dave, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Who takes it? Who takes theme song in this battle?
Yeah, I picked Rocco's Modern Life here. I just thought, to me, it was a little more easier on the ears to me. I thought it was a little more catchier. I just enjoyed it a little more than the other theme song.
Dave, I'm not laughing at you. I just got a viewer suggestion. A viewer would like me to wear more costumes. That could be taken under consideration. Now, Sean did say before we went on air that it was hard to take me seriously in this, but he barely ever listens to me anyway, so why should he have to take me seriously? But all right. On that note, Sean, we're going to go to you next.
Oh, yeah, I have Rocco's Modern Life taking this one. I think it was just easier to follow, a little more catchy, and to me, like TAZ-MANIA it was just too flashy. Too many flashing lights.
Right. So let me ask this, and I'm not necessarily picking on anybody for this, but this is kind of the trend that I've noticed. When it comes to theme songs, especially over the last couple of weeks when we've had them, it seems like you two especially, and again, I'm not picking on you, I'm just curious. You two seem to more like the theme songs that don't have words and are more of an intro than you do the theme songs with words.
It depends. It depends what the words are, what they're saying. I believe some words can be annoying or don't really fit it or whatnot, or the voice of the person saying the words could be a reason why I don't like it. But there is some that I have picked because they got good voices. When we did the Naruto versus Simpson, and I was talking about Bluebird.
Yeah.
So that's a song with words. But it just depends on how it's performed, I believe, in my eyes.
I mean, fair enough. I was just wondering because this is just something I've kind of noticed.
No, that's a valid question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as a host, I hope I come up with valid questions.
And I like beats. I like beats a lot too. So if something kicks a certain way or has a certain tune that I don't know, I'm weird. I like certain tunes, weird vibes and stuff like that. So, something just catches my drift and I follow the wind.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Sean, what's your answer to what I just asked?
Pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
To me, it's all just does it explain the show in a simplistic way, or is it just confusing?
Fair
I
enough.
like either or. I like if the beat's catchy but has kind of crappy lyrics, I'll still kind of lean towards the catchier beat.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that's why people listen to Taylor Swift, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
We've gotten theme song as the number one for
She's the devil
episode in a row.
Yeah, I think this is at least the third one in a row. But Eric, go ahead and put your vote in.
I'm going with these guys. I have Rocko's Modern Life.
Okay.
I just thought it was more catchy and more gets you into watching the show.
All right. So Rocco's Modern Life is up 1-0. Two more and they get a sweep. Up next is humor. Which show made you laugh the most? I think both shows really had humor.
Yep.
Tasmanian Devil has always been kind of like a humorous character, especially with his antics. So, all right, Eric, who do you give the edge to in this category?
I'm going rock with my own life. I just found myself laughing more with those two. I think those two have good chemistry, and I forgot their character's name, but
Rocco and Heifer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought they were good together.
All right. Sean.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Rocko's Modern Life here. To me it was funnier. I think it's more of like a simple generic humor, and TAZ-MANIA was more like a chaotic humor.
Yeah.
And I was just more drawn to the simpler stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with these two. I feel like Rocco's was a little bit more like, towards the jokes in there, like jokes that going back at it, like seeing some of the jokes as a kid, not realizing what they meant, and being an adult and looking at them. Some jokes are in there for adults as well. So I just thought it was a little more humorous than TAZ-MANIA. TAZ-MANIA is kind of more of that traditional, character-based comedy.
Right.
So
what's funny here is that so far Nickelodeon shows really haven't done that well. Rugrats lost their first matchup. Our Real Monsters lost their first matchup. Doug lost his first matchup. Hey Arnold won their first matchup, but they were also going up against another Disney show or another Nickelodeon show. I'm sorry. So SpongeBob lost his first matchup. So it seems like this is kind of like an upward swing for Nickelodeon, that Rocco's kind of dominating right now. Next category, I'm not so sure about. Next category is merch. Now, like you guys said, this is kind of a hard category to judge because we don't know the specifics because we're not accountants. But as far as like the merchandise that has been put out there and like what about like, the not necessarily the popularity, but like the, what's been out there and kind of like the popularity of the shows and like merchandise that's been put out there. Who takes the edge in merchandise, Dave?
TAZ-MANIA definitely takes this one. I feel like, they had an enormous head start in the merchandise market. There was a well-established product line already in place, to whereas Rocko's Modern Life had to build its own merchandise from scratch. So I think with that advantage, TAZ-MANIA definitely had more merch in its lifetime sold.
Okay.
And you could see that with a lot of like t-shirts and figurines and stuff like that. I mean, I know I've had a t-shirt with Taz on it, even though it was a bunch of cartoons on it. So I think TAZ-MANIA takes this one pretty easy.
All right, Eric.
I'm going with Taz too. I think it's just a bigger character. People know Taz a little more than Rocko's.
I just got told it's like obviously TAZ-MANIA has the better merchandise. I'm wearing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. They don't have, obviously, they wouldn't now. I don't even know if they had Rocko's Modern Life costumes back then. I mean, I would assume they did because every kid wanted to dress up as a cartoon character. So, all right, Sean, finish off the category.
TAZ-MANIA, hands down.
All right, so Taz is not going to be swept. You will not be swept. And up next, we go to fan base. So basically, who had the bigger fan base, or who do you think had the bigger fan base? TAZ-MANIA or Rocko's Modern Life? TAZ-MANIA is kind of part of that Looney Tunes fan base. Rocko's Modern Life is part of that Nicktoons fan base. So, with it being said like that, Sean, you're up.
I'm going with TAZ-MANIA. I think the fan base that it's already or the shows like Looney Tunes and stuff that it was already a part of is so massive.
Yeah.
That I don't even think Rocko's Modern Life would touch it. So,
fair enough.
TAZ-MANIA, hands down.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Eric.
Yeah, TAZ-MANIA. The character itself from Looney Tunes, he grew into a big character on his own.
Right. All right, Dave.
Yeah, I have to agree with these guys. TAZ-MANIA. I feel like with the shows that it has, the product that it delivers with the merch, I feel like it's pretty simple.
Yeah. All right, so now we start off with a match that's going all 5 rounds. And we end it on memorable moments. Which show had more memorable moments? Now, it's funny because, like, with Rocko's Modern Life, you had, like, some memorable moments as Rocko trying to find a job. And they did have, like, some adult elements in the in Rocko's Modern Life. Like, when Rocko was trying to find a job and he ended up as well, there's no other way to say it, but he was technically, even though it's a cartoon, he was a phone sex operator. And he got his neighbor, Mrs. Big Head, on the phone, and it was very awkward. TAZ-MANIA, Taz was always, when Taz would break the fourth wall and actually talk, because throughout his history in Looney Tunes, nobody thought he could talk. But then, like, when he talked and when his family talked. So there's memorable moments, obviously, in both shows. But whose were more memorable, Dave?
I'm going to have to go with Rocko's Modern Life here. I just thought it had more impact to do with how, like, cynical and relatable the humor was. Like, Taz, I just picture him just spinning out of control, really.
Yeah.
With Rocko's, they're more of making like jokes and stuff like that, and more diabolical and cynical. So I just felt like it caught my attention a little more.
Fair enough. Sean, let's go to you next.
I have to go with TAZ-MANIA. I think just from him having their own show and then being a part of Looney Tunes shows at the same time just allowed them to create more memorable moments than Rocko's Modern Life did for me.
Okay. All right. Eric, the
I'm going
power is
Rocko.
not necessarily something I like to give you, but go ahead.
Rocko's Modern Life. As Dave said, I just think there's more story to it, and as I said earlier, I think there's more. It's more enjoyable to watch.
Okay.
I think Taz could get boring at times.
Fair enough. All right. So we started off with a hard one, mainly because of the categories. Rocko's Modern Life wins 3-2. Rocko's Modern Life gets 10 points. TAZ-MANIA gets 5. So TAZ-MANIA does not get shut out on points. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to TRIGUN versus the Street Sharks. TRIGUN in the division of Daniel Hummer, who is my brother. Also the head honcho, the grand poobah of the entire podcast network. So he's technically the one that decides whether or not we actually have a show. Not that should influence anything. Taking on Street Sharks, which is in the division of Chris Jacinto, who is Eric's brother.
Yep.
Who Eric will be on vacation with for a month coming up in about a week and
Oh,
a
no,
half.
my brother's not going.
Oh, he's not going?
No. Just the three of us.
Then you can screw him over if you want.
Where are you going?
Australia?
Rub it in. Rub it in.
Yeah. So it's kind
That's
of
what I told
appropriate.
you guys in the chat.
Yeah, but you didn't invite us.
True.
I see where your loyalty lies.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want to go on a vacation with his mother. Anyway, so all right, so we got Trigun versus Street Sharks. Theme song is the first category. Obviously, it's very this is what opens up the program. It's what gets you set to view the show. Whose theme song was better, Eric?
I enjoyed Street Sharks more. I thought I liked the action. I liked the sequence. So I enjoyed that more.
Okay. All right. Dave, let's go to you.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side. I like Trigun's intro theme song better. I didn't like Street Sharks theme song too much. I didn't like the person singing, to be honest.
Very good. Sean, guess what you get to do?
I get to pick Street Sharks because I don't know. It drove my attention closer to the show. I thought the action was better, and since animation isn't in this category, I could say I like the animation of it too.
Okay.
Trigun was not bad. It is not a bad intro. I just like Street Sharks a little more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of honest. I didn't really like. I wasn't really a fan of either one of them, but if it were me voting, I would probably go on the side of Dave. I enjoyed Trigun a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so Street Sharks wins the first category. They are 2 away from a sweep. We go to humor. Which one made you laugh more? And I find it kind of difficult, though, sometimes, and this isn't necessarily a knock on it, because some of the stuff can be funny, but I feel like sometimes with anime, it's very hard, especially with a lot of the action, for the anime to be humorous.
Yeah, I think it's like here and there. Like they put it in certain like where they can, but they don't focus heavy on humor.
Right.
Like with some
More
shows, like
sarcastically, sarcastic humor.
Yeah, you'll have
anime.
sarcastic humor, or like some battle humor with the villains and heroes, or like with Naruto, with like how he transformed into like sexy jitsu and turns into a girl and makes the guy's nose bleed, stuff like that. This anime does, but I feel like they don't really go too heavy on the humor on a lot.
Okay. Well, since you jumped in on it, Dave, I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, Street Sharks on this one. I think their puns, their little gimmicks, character gimmicks, and simple gags and catchphrases they use. I think they kind of hit home on the humor here. Trigun, it's more dark comedy and more like you gotta watch the story unfold to get some of the comedy, some of the humor that they're putting out there. So I feel like Street Sharks takes this.
All right. Sean, let's go to you next.
I agree. I think Street Sharks had more of the comedic side to their show than Trigun did.
Okay. Eric.
Street Sharks. I don't think there was too much humor in Tegan.
Okay. Trigun.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Street Sharks is 1 away from a sweep. Merchandise. Now, we keep talking about how hard it is to judge merchandise. But what I can tell you, this is what I know about Street Sharks merchandise. Their vintage action figures nowadays go for $250. Still in the box. Out of the box, they go for like $50 to $75. All right. But they had more than just action figures, obviously. You know, kids dress up as the Street Sharks for, Halloween. If I could, because we had a viewer request earlier that I put on more costumes. If I could find a Street Sharks costume, I'll put it on one of these episodes. But all right, as far as merch goes, Eric, who takes it?
Oh, this is because when it's an anime, and I know animes are popular. I'm gonna go with Street Sharks.
Okay.
I think you made a good point there.
All right. Dave, I want to go to you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Eric here. The Street Sharks have definitely sold more merch than Trigun. I mean, the Street Sharks dominated the toy market in the mid '90s. Trigun only has the manga and anime series, really. So I feel like Street Sharks really hits this out of the park and is going to take this matchup.
Okay. All right, Sean, go ahead. You don't have to break a tie.
I was going to say Street Sharks too.
All right. So this is kind of interesting. This is the first time a cartoon from the 90s beat an anime.
Not only beat them, they swept them.
Right. I mean, the only bad part about it is now the show might get canceled, but I'll deal with that. When I say deal, I mean I'll just beg.
Let's make a compromise them.
Yeah.
I just want to say Trigun is from the 90s as well.
Okay. Well, I'm just talking like anime in general.
Yeah.
I think both shows are good shows.
Trigun's okay. You got to have a taste for it, I feel.
I haven't
Like
watched enough
to me,
really
it's not.
decide on that one.
It's not like if someone's like, "Hey, what anime should I watch?" I'm not gonna tell you to go watch this one.
Is it in your top 10?
No, not even close.
Yeah.
It is not a bad show. I think I'm like on
I think
episode
it's
4.
like in the mid range for anime. It's in the mid section.
Yeah. All right, and also I should point out that also ended the first matches in Daniel's division, and his division leader right now is Cowboy Bebop. Because Cowboy
anime.
Bebop's the only one that won.
Good anime.
But they have 20 points. Simpsons has 5 points and a loss, and Transformers and Trigun now are both in -10.
Hey, you can't blame Simpsons for losing. They played against a real tough
Yeah,
opponent.
Naruto Shippuden. And Simpsons, by the way, they still got points out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they went in there swinging.
I'm not blaming Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's the matchup, which
Matchups and categories.
yeah, and that one was close too, which is why they got the points that they got.
Yep. I didn't
All
think
right.
this was going to be a sweep, but categories.
I didn't think it was going to be a sweep either. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to move on to the next one, which is Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper the Friendly Ghost versus the 7 Deadly Sins. Casper is in the division of Randy Marsh, who his first matches finish up here. With Casper being the last one that has to go. 7 Deadly Sins is in the division of Stephanie Cano, who works with Eric He hasn't seen her in 3 years, but she does work at the same place that Eric works at.
I think she does.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I only ever go into Target on Saturdays now because, or like sometimes during the week if I have to go pick up medicine or something. But all right, theme song is the first category. Again, we talk about the theme always being what introduces us to the show. And what's funny is that Casper, I don't know if they really had much of a theme except for him just kind of just popping out. But all right, Dave, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I'm going with Seven Deadly Sins here. I think they really killed the intro. Yes, it's in a different language, but I like the beat. I like the instruments that they're using in the background, and it got my head bobbing a little bit.
Okay.
So you got to do something right to get my head to bob. So
Yeah. All right, Sean, I'll go to you next.
This one was kind of hard for me because I like both of them, but I think Seven Deadly Sins wins it.
Okay.
It is it's just a different type of intro, and it's catchy.
it is.
Not
It
like
is.
catchy, but like Dave said, like gets it going.
Yeah.
Casper is just like, okay, I know who this is.
Yeah.
Not a bad theme song in any way, but not as good as Seven Deadly.
Right. All right, Eric.
Deadly Sins. I thought Casper could have done a little better in their theme. Maybe more of an intro.
Okay. All right, Seven Deadly Sins takes the first category. They're 2 away from a sweep. Right in next category is humor. Again, which one made you laugh more? Eric, we'll start with you.
Casper. I just found it more especially the episode I watched. Even though I'm not going to say it anymore because we could get to memorable moments, so I'll save it for that maybe.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, I see. This one was kind of tough for me because, like, Casper, it's kind of like harmless, clever, little, witty, kind of, more for general audience humor. See, Seven Deadly Sins, because I said, anime doesn't really focus on humor. Seven Deadly Sins has some edgy, raunchy, and sometimes inappropriate humor. And they do it constantly throughout the show. And I kind of like that more than the children type of humor that comes from Casper. So I'm gonna go with Seven Deadly Sins here.
All right.
They do something with their humor that's a little different than most animes.
Gotcha. Sean?
No, I agree. I think Seven Deadly Sins is definitely funnier. A lot more room for a different style of comedy.
Yeah. I mean,
It was like what we said about what was it? It's not chaotic, but it's more of like crap. I forgot the word of the name, and I just said it for one of the last episodes.
What did you just say? Sorry.
I'm picking Seven Deadly Sins because it's like kind of like quirky humor with adult humor mixed in with like basic, just dumb humor.
Yeah, and some of the characters on there are pretty funny. Like Meliodas. I mean, he gets reincarnated all the time, but he's like deeply in love with this chick. But like, he's like, he doesn't want to tell her, but they already been in love multiple times, like they're reincarnations type of deal, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. So I thought that was kind of funny in the end run. And then Bond, Meliodas' right hand, the way they go at each other, because Bond is pretty much immortal. So when they're sitting there fighting each other and stuff, it gets pretty funny.
okay. I guess I haven't like been. I'm not like too far into the episode yet because like the first couple episodes I watched, I didn't really see any humor. But that might just be. I may have missed it or whatever. Casper, it's just funny because I kind of prefer like the childish humor, like the humor that's kind of built for little kids because I do like regular cartoon humor. But I could see where you guys say, all right, well, it's more raunchy, more adult humor, and that's what kind of fits you guys.
Right. They do like this eating contest one too in the show, which is kind of funny and stuff like that. You
There's
got
like
like
jealousy humor in it too.
yeah. There's
Between
jealousy humor
characters.
for sure.
All right, go ahead, Dave.
You just got to get farther into the show, and then you'll see more of the humor.
Okay. All right. So now they're 2 away. They're 1 away from a sweep. They can get it with this next category, which is merch. I do know that Casper had a lot of merchandise back in the day, be it comic books,
Toys, blankets, shirts, hats.
Didn't they have a cereal?
dolls. So they had all sorts of merch.
Wasn't hard to be a ghost.
Yeah. So, all right, but whose merch was better there, Sean?
I'm sticking with Seven Deadly Sins. I think just because of the anime style it has more current, I guess, too. Sorry for the quick switch up. But I just think like there's more to it nowadays than Casper.
So they had more merch than Casper does?
Currently, I think.
Okay.
I just think it's more like appealing of merch in today's time than it was back when like we were kids.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If like we're talking like 90s, then Casper, I would have picked like Casper, but
Well, cause I'm just asking because I've
Like
never
more-
seen anything as far as like I know Seven Deadly Sins probably has a manga or something like that, but
Oh
yeah, they
Oh, for
have.
sure.
It's like like they have like a bunch of like figurines like this.
yeah, they got
t-shirts.
figurines, they got clothing,
Like-
they got small collectibles like
okay.
keychain stickers. They got digital
stuff like that.
products and
I just think
like
it's more
popular
relevant.
mobile games and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
in the merch today, I think Seven Deadly Sins is here, and Casper's kind of just.
Right, because it's not like
I don't want to say it's like an almost a forgotten type of merchandise, but like you don't see anything
you don't see
Casper
it a lot.
anymore.
I feel like it's more Casper's more of like a holiday special type deal.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
like Halloween time, definitely you'll see.
yeah. So
more
like
Casper stuff. So
yeah,
very
exactly. Or
limited.
Christmas time, because Casper had a Christmas special or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you, Sean.
all right, so you're gonna go Seven Deadly Sins then too, Dave?
Yeah, I have to. They definitely have a significant greater
Yeah.
merch sales than Casper. This is a very popular anime. It's got a global franchise. I don't think Casper really has a huge global franchise like that, or if it did, it doesn't any longer.
Not like it probably used to.
Yeah,
But,
not like
yeah,
it
I
used
mean, he
to.
mainly came out for like Halloween, and like you said, like he had a Christmas special.
Yeah. So, like I said, Casper's merch is mostly vintage and holiday focused. So I got to go with Seven Deadly Sins.
Fair enough. That and because Street Sharks just swept the other anime, you don't want to get tarred and feathered by your anime community.
No, I picked Street Sharks against Trigun.
I know that's what I'm saying. You don't want to get tarred and feathered by the anime community because they're going to think you're a traitor.
No, I pick what's real.
Yeah.
That's it.
But all right, Eric, go ahead.
It doesn't matter, but I was going to choose Casper.
All right. So Casper loses to Seven Deadly Sins 3-0. So now we have our second sweep of the night. So they get 30 points. Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper the Friendly Ghost loses 10. Again, it really has to do with the categories. And so now we move on to the main event, which is Rocky and Bullwinkle versus Pinky and the Brain. Rocky and Bullwinkle in the division of Mike Thomas, Pinky and the Brain in division of Nick Kamaleski. Or Kamelski, or however he pronounces his name. I just call him Nick K at work because I can't really pronounce his last name. But all right, theme song. Rocky and Bullwinkle is probably the oldest show on here besides the Huckleberry Hound show.
Yeah.
So
And for how old it is, I remembered like seeing some of those characters.
Yeah. No, I remember seeing them too, but like, yeah, for as old as it is, and you know, we're gonna get into I think a lot of that later. I think some of the categories that you would expect, like a Pinky and the Brain, to kind of like easily win, unfortunately, like a character development or something like that. Even though that's not one of the categories, I do feel as if Rocky and Bullwinkle, because they had like kind of a continuous story, what is actually going to do better in some of these categories than we think.
We're right.
All right, but we're going to start with theme song. And Eric, because you put yourself on mute, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm starting with you.
I'm going with Rocky. I just found it more better.
Okay. Yeah. I figured I'd call on you first while we could still see you because your room's starting to get dark again.
I'm going to turn on my light.
Yeah. Good idea. All right. Sean, we're gonna go to you. We're gonna go to you next.
I'm picking Pinky and the Brain. I think it's a great theme song, and it's very memorable. Sure. Yeah. Big words, don't know how to use them. Yeah. 4th grade reading level.
Also 4th grade diploma.
Like, it's not a bad theme song in any way, but I just think it doesn't live up to what Pinky and the Brain is. I think Pinky and the Brain's like a funny, very comedic theme song in a sense.
Well, yeah, because they start off with just like the title sequence,
and then they just start talking, and then it goes into Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah, exactly. So they give you like kind of 3 phases of the song.
What is it? One's a genius. One's a
genius, and one's insane.
One's insane. Yes, I think that line. It's funny every time I hear it.
Yeah. All right, Dave, you're going to tie break this one.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Sean here. Pinky and the Brain. I think their theme song really hit home for me. It was catchy. I liked it. I think they really did a good job here.
Okay. All right, now we're going to move on to humor. Pinky and the Brain is 2 away from a sweep. But we're going to move on to humor. And I feel like both shows actually excelled a little bit in the humor category. Pinky and the Brain is more of like a 90s humor, obviously. Rocky and Bullwinkle, because cartoons, like I said, Rocky and Bullwinkle is the oldest cartoon besides the Huckleberry Hound show, well, and Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes on this list in this series. So, well, it's like the oldest cartoon show because Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes were movie shorts back in the 30s and 40s. But both shows had some good humor in it. But who had the better humor, Dave?
I'm gonna have to stick with Pinky and the Brain. I think it had me more consistently smirking, chuckling. That's not any diss against Rocky and Bullwinkle. They had some pretty good, spots where they had some like good wordplay or political satire and whatnot. But I think Pinky and the Brain is a little more humorous to me.
Okay. All right, Eric, I'm going to go to you next.
I'm going with Pinky too. Just because the the style of humor is more modern.
Okay. All right, Sean.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm picking Pinky and the Brain because it's more of like a not a demoralizing humor towards the two main characters, but I think it's just a better comedic duo than Rocky and Bullwinkle because I think Rocky and Bullwinkle is just this is where I get all the hate.
Well, I mean, even if you get the hate, I'm not going to tell you.
I don't care either way. I think it's just like kind of a dumb, stupid humor. Like they kind of make Bullwinkle on purpose just sound stupid. And then Rocky's there to kind of be like, and I get that that's the point of the show.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's like, it kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. No, I know that, but it's like, it's so like kind of like demoralizing to see.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
It's like Rocky's oblivious to his stupidity.
Just the next time you head to your parents' house, you're probably going to get hit with a double suplex.
Probably. But that's my mentality today. Like if 10-year-old me was here, I'd probably would have went the other way.
Right.
Because I would have been more drawn to like that type of humor back then. But now that I see everything a little more clearly, but I think Pinky and the Brain just did it better. And Rocky and Bullwinkle to me just felt like more of like a poem for dialogue. Like they try to, rhyme every end of everybody's sentences, and Pinky and the Brain didn't.
Right. No, I could see that.
All right. That's just my small little pet peeve of it.
Yeah. Understandable. All right. Rocky and Pinky and the Brain is up 2-0. They are 1 away from a sweep. Next category is merch. Now, again, we talk about how tricky this category is. Modern day merch for both shows really doesn't exist, except for the fact that you see like a lot of retro stuff for both. But like as far as like modern day merch, you might see like Funko Pops for Pinky and the Brain or Funko Pops for Rocky and Bullwinkle. But as far as merch, Sean, who takes it?
Man, I want to say Rocky and Bullwinkle. So I'm going to stick with Rocky and Bullwinkle.
All right.
I just feel like their merch is a little more iconic than Pinky and the Brain.
I think it's probably worth a lot more money.
Yeah. To me, it's just like, it's Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, I know I just kind of crapped on their show a little bit, but...
This is how you redeem yourself, Sean.
I'm not even trying to redeem myself. I ain't sad about it. I just think, Pinky and the Brain was just a show, but Rocky and Bullwinkle was kind of more than just a cartoon.
Yeah.
So I think their merch sales were a little should or could be better.
Gotcha. All right, Dave, let's go to you next.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Sean. I'm picking Rocky and Bullwinkle here. I think with their command over a couple decades, I think with their lifetime merchandise sales, they definitely surpass Pinky and the Brain.
Okay. All right, Eric.
Rocky. It's an older show. I think there's a bigger audience for it. I mean, we're going to talk about that next. So,
right, because it is going to get to that category. Sean, did your camera just give out?
No, I turned it off.
Oh,
just for a second.
Gotcha. All right, so there's not going to be a sweep in this one. We are going to go to the 4th category. So Rocky and Bullwinkle will not lose 10 points. Fan base. So Pinky and the Brain back in the 90s, they had quite a big fan base because Warner Brothers, especially with the WB network, it was very popular, huge following. Rocky and Bullwinkle, though, is iconic because of the fact that, it was very popular back in the day. And, So both fan bases are, I mean, not necessarily, they're not out there today, except for like you might have kids that grew up in the 90s that are just like, oh my God, or Pinky and the Brain was king. Or you have the older generation that is just like, oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle were the kings. But as far as fan bases, Eric, who takes it?
Rocky. I kind of foreshadowed. Never mind. I can't even say it.
What? Choose a different word as to what you're trying to say. We were actually going to get content out of you for once.
No, I was going to say I kind of was pulling it from the other category. But I said fan base.
Gotcha. All right, Sean.
Dang, this was a hard one for me. But I got to go with Pinky and the Brain.
All right.
I feel like the fan base there is just more, I guess, more devoted. And then Rocky and Bullwinkle are kind of just more like a memory type of fan.
I can see that.
I guess you can say that against Pinky and the Brain too, but to me, I'm in the Pinky and the Brain fan base, so call me biased, but I just feel like that's more modern today than So,
all right.
Sorry, my camera I have it off because my wife loves me and brought me food.
Oh, what a gem!
Right.
Uh,
Finally, that paycheck pays off.
The fact that you also helped give her show, points last week kind of helps too.
There's no proof in that.
Your vote says differently. And it's
vote,
recorded.
and we do it. And by the way, on the show, you did say I don't want to get in trouble, so I go Harvey Birdman.
That's true. I did say that.
Yeah,
I'm not a lying politician.
So, all right, but Dave, you're going to break the tie on this one, and it's up to you whether or not we go another category or if Pinky and the Brain just takes it here.
I'm thinking Pinky and the Brain takes it here. I think they have a more active fan base. They also had like a recent revival of Pinky and the Brain, so it kind of captured some more fans from that. And I just feel like they, like Sean said, they do have a little devoted following that continues to admire this show decades after it's already been released. So they were dedicated so much to have a revival for it. So I got to give it to Pinky and the Brain here.
Okay. All right, so Pinky and the Brain wins it 3-1, so they're going to get 20 points out of the deal. Rocky and Bullwinkle doesn't get any points, but they don't lose any either. So, all right. So that was our main event. Now, coming up this Wednesday for Animated Showdown, our matches are going to be Archer versus Demon Slayer, The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh versus South Park, One Punch Man versus Phineas and Ferb, and Thundercats versus X-Men the Animated Series in the main event. And next week's episode of Animated Hour of Power is going to have Steven Universe versus Ace of the Diamond. For our younger viewers, the Care Bears versus Bob the Builder. Mob Psycho versus She-Ra, Princess of Power. And I may have booked this main event while I was drinking, but Kim Possible versus The Tick. So that is next week's episode of Animated Hour of Power. So, all right, make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Also join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the Wrestling Through the Years YouTube channel. This Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going to talk TNA Sacrifice 2006. Also, like and subscribe to Eric's Unscripted Sports Show, the Dizzle 97 Gaming Universe on Twitch and YouTube for my brother Dangle. You can see Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCX Godsend 95.
Yes, sir.
Follow Sean, TCAX Reaper, on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. Somebody's got his heart, I guess. And anyway, and then also the Stabcast with Dangle and Mindy, which airs on Sundays. So, all right, we will see everybody Wednesday for Animated Hour Power. I'm going to get out of this costume here, and
Wait, you got to do a full body before you do it. Stand up. Show the whole costume. Got to. Back it up. Back it up. Back up to the wall.
I got too much crap up against my wall.
Love it.
Now do some spans like
There
Taz.
you go.
Yep, spin around.
You kidding? I'll go through the window.
Spins for donos. Spins for donos. No,
Dude,
like-
over the cliff.
All right, but what I will do is I'll do this. Have a good night, everybody.